The world's wealth ranking has changed over the last few years. Famous people have changed jobs before, including Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. The richest man in Asia will be the topic of our discussion today. Gautam Adani, who became one of the richest men in the world after dropping out of college. Shaitila Adani and Shantaben Adani welcomed Gautam Adani, a merchant of textiles, into the world on June 24, 1962. He was raised alongside his 7 siblings and was born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, in India. Gautam's family immigrated from Gujarat's northern region, and Gautam's father supported the family by operating a small textile business. Even though Gautam's father insisted that his children attend school, Shantila Adani made sure that his kids did so in the hopes of giving them a better future. Gautam became obsessed with trading. This influence came from observing his merchant father, who was uninterested in the family business despite being a merchant himself. Gautam went to school at Ahmedabad's Sheth Kaimanwal Najindas Vidyalaya. He excelled in college after graduating, where he pursued a bachelor's degree in commerce. Gautam was studying, but he couldn't deny the urge to put what he was learning into practice rather than just learning about it. While still a student, he traveled to Gujarat's Kandela port, which caused his dream to grow. Gautam made the decision to construct a larger structure or one that is similar to Gujarat's Kandela port. He left the university after his second year there in order to pursue his passion. Gautam dropped out of school while still a teen, but he was motivated to launch his own company. Although his father had spent the majority of his life selling textiles, Gautam wanted to pursue a different career. Due to the financial strain of having to care for 7 kids as well as Gautam and his family. Therefore, he had no one to help him realize his dream. Gautam, on the other hand, had his sights set on the diamond brokerage business, which he was certain would change his life. After graduated from college, Mumbai's diamond industry was booming. Gautam relocated to Mumbai in 1978 to work for Mahendra Brothers as a diamond sorter. He spent 2 to 3 years working for them after dropping out of college as a teenager before he realized how to succeed in the market. Even though Gautam was inexperienced and young, he learned the business's tricks in just 3 years. He established his diamond brokerage business using his understanding of the diamond industry. Even though it was his first company, Gautam prospered even more than in more established businesses. Gautam made his first million from selling dime stores when he was 20 years old. He went home to tell his family about his achievement. Gautam continued to operate in the diamond brokerage industry, but his next big break came when his older brother, Mauk Adani, bought a plastic factory in Ahmedabad, Maharashtra. From Mumbai, he called his brother and hired him as the operations manager for his plastic factory. Gautam agreed to his brother's invitation in 1981 and left for Ahmedabad. He saw his new position as his entryway into the world of international trade. He joined his brother's business and started shipping polyvinyl chloride to India. However, Gautam didn't just concentrate on importing goods for his brother's company. He began importing primary polymers for small-scale industries in 1985, expanding his range of skills in international trading. Early in his 20s, Adani founded Adani Exports, a company that specializes in the import and export of commodities. Under the umbrella of its holding company, Adani Group, the business is currently known as Adani Enterprises. When Gautam founded the company, he intended to concentrate on the imports and exports of goods related to agriculture and power. However, a few years later, India's economy started to change. India faced a macroeconomic crisis in 1991 and needed to recover. Manmohan Singh, the country's finance minister, suggested economic liberalization policies as new economic reforms. The new policy eliminated industrial licensing, lowered import tariffs, promoted foreign investment, and pushed for the privatization of a number of sectors. The new company in Guam greatly benefited from these modifications. Guam started growing his company and started trading in textiles, agricultural goods, and metals. The Gujarati government announced in 1994 that the port of Mumbai would be managed externally. They requested bids from private businesses for the job. Guam saw this as a chance to fulfill a dream he had as a teen. Guam's trip to the Ma port sparked his desire to become a prosperous entrepreneur, even if it meant foregoing his college education. He submitted an application for the job via Adani Enterprise, his business. Guam was awarded the contract in 1995. On the MRA port, Adani Enterprises constructed the first jetty. Prior to being transferred to Adani Ports, it was initially run by the Munda Port and Special Economic Zone. The influence and economic acumen of Guam helped Mura Port grow to become India's largest private multiport operator. The port has a yearly cargo handling capacity of almost 210 million tons. Guam expanded into another promising industry after his success with Mura Port. Adani Power was established in 1996 by Guam and the Adani Group. Currently, Adani Power owns a thermal power plant with a 4,620 megawatt capacity. The Adani Power Plant is now India's biggest privately owned producer of thermal power. Adani Power transitioned to the power generation sector in 2006, leaving behind power distribution. Adani bought the Queensland coal mine and Abbott Point port in Australia between 2009 and 2012. The Adani Group uses these areas as an expansion, boosting Guam's wealth and assets. Hugely close encounters with death, Part 4. Guam's wealth helped him become well known and respected in the nation while he was developing as an entrepreneur. He is also well known for his charitable contributions to society. Despite coming from a poor family, Guam achieved great success at a young age. Unfortunately, the incorrect group also took notice of his success. He was allegedly abducted in 1998 while leaving an Ahmedabad club under threat of violence. He was taken hostage, and a ransom was demanded. The second, more recent death occurred in Mumbai as a result of an Islamist terrorist attack in November 2008, which occurred years after the Adani Group began operating in new regions of the world. Over the course of 4 days, 12 coordinated bombing and shooting attacks were carried out by about 10 terrorists. The attack resulted in 175 fatalities and 300 injuries. Within 4 days of the attack, Guam was in Mumbai, where one of the terrorist shootings took place at the Taj Hotel on the seafront. When the terrorists took hostages, he was a guest at the hotel and present in the dining area. He was saved by a hotel employee, who shielded him from the terrorists who were holding hostages. Until the attacks were over and he was giving his testimony to the authorities, the staff kept Guam hidden in the hotel's basement. According to Gautam, he observed the militants enter the structure from the table. Before Gautam became the richest man in Asia, Guam first appeared as a billionaire on Forbes with an estimated wealth of $9.3 billion, however, his wealth is now 15 times larger than that. But how did he earn that much cash in just over 10 years? The Solar Energy Corporation of India submitted a $6 billion contract bid in May 2020. The winning bidder was Adani Solar, a division of Adani Group. Adani Solar's 8,000 megawatt photovoltaic power plant project is anticipated to add 2,000 megawatts to the world's capacity for solar cell and module production. Guam quickly decided to acquire a 74% stake in Mumbai International Airport after this. After the airport in Delhi, the Mumbai International Airport is the busiest airport in India. The Adani Group now relies heavily on revenue from Adani Power. Guam also makes the necessary investments to position the company's brand in front of all rivals. The Adani Group will have spent $70 billion on the brand new green energy industry by November 2021. With this investment, Adani Green and Adani Solar will succeed in July 2022. Guam provided information about his earlier green energy investment. 3 enormous solar factories, a green hydrogen electrolyzer, and wind turbine facilities will all be constructed by Adani Green. Guam eventually surpassed Mukesh Ambani to take the title of richest man in Asia in August 2022, thanks to all of his wealth and investments. In January 2020, Adani, who was ranked as the 3rd richest man in the world by Fortune Part 6, will overtake 2 other men for that position. In the first half of 2022 and between 2020 and that year, his net worth was about $10 billion. Guam is currently the 3rd richest man in the world and the richest man in Asia. Nevertheless, his wealth rose to more than $155 billion, making him the 2nd richest man in the world. Later that day, when it was reduced to $152 billion, ANO once again overtook Adani to take 2nd place. Do you believe that Adani has a chance to become the richest person on Earth? Which of the following facts was your favorite in this video? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell and subscribe for more.